another reaction. We're taking a look at a first for the channel. We are taking a look at probably one of my favorite bands from back when I was in middle school, early high school days. And we're talking about Skillet. Ladies and gentlemen, I used to listen to these guys on repeat. I used to be a huge fan of these guys. More mainly their Comatose and Monster album. Mainly I was only really focused on those two albums, to be honest. I never really dove into anything after that. But those two albums, you know, were just so good to me. They just related to me so much, and I just fell in love with these guys. And I don't know why I didn't really dove into them after that, you know, for being such a big fan of them from back in the day. I don't know, I fell off on a lot of bands I used to listen to from my middle school days, so I have a lot of catching up to do, but it's good to still see that they're still alive, they're still kicking after all these years, and just still creating music, still being a band, you know, because they do have that unique sound, that unique hard rocky sort of tone, especially the singer, you know, he has that iconic voice to him, as well as the girl drummer, and she does her vocals in there when she can on some of their tracks. I don't know if she still does that. I don't know if she just only does it for like the older songs when they perform live, but I don't know. Like their sound could be completely changed. They could be a completely different band by now. It's been a decade probably since I listened to these guys, but even longer if that. But it does get me excited, man, to check out one of my favorite bands I used to listen to from back in the day. You know, similar to like Breaking Benjamin, stuff like that. With they had that hard rock, that classic hard rock feel, mixed with a little bit of metal here with some flashy, you know, breakdowns, stuff like that. But nothing too crazy. But I did like these guys a lot from back then, so a lot of emotional tracks, a lot of, you know, heartwarming songs in there as well. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what this one has to bring, ladies and gentlemen. I saw something saying that this is they're entering their heavy era, or this is one of their heaviest songs they've ever made, or they're entering this new heavy genre. You know, I'm excited though. This does get me excited, man, because these guys normally didn't do heavy too often. They did have sort of like a hard hitting tone with their guitars, but nothing too like on the metal side of things, nothing with some hard hitting breakdowns. But if they're doing that sort of thing now, we're gonna have to get into it. So I'm super excited to see what this one has to bring, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe, I appreciate it, and to really help me out. And if you like Skillet as well, be sure to leave a like on this video as well. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by, checking out some awesome music. We're just getting started on these heavy bangers, ladies and gentlemen. And also very quickly, I just released my very first original track. If you guys are a fan of the more hardcore tones with deep sounding breakdowns, you guys would definitely be a fan of this one, let me just say. So be sure to go over there, let me know what you guys think, because if you're a fan of that one, there's gonna be plenty more coming your way in the near future. So be sure to stay tuned for that as well. But let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. This is Skillet's newest release track titled Scream.
I wanna scream, I wanna break something beautiful.
Let's go, boys! It's been a long time coming since I listened to you guys. Show me what I've been missing.
Inside the silence, behind the screen, the light is dying while your sound bites.
Oh, get those chugs going.
Stuck in confusion, my mind's amazing, trying to remember who I was before the change. Don't wanna talk, my jaw is like my thumb forgets it. No longer calm, don't wanna talk about it. I wanna scream, I wanna break something beautiful, because I can't believe that I can be something beautiful.
Okay. Still that classic hard rock feel to it, though. Okay. Still sound like from what I remember. Nothing crazy this far, but who knows, ladies and gentlemen. Go, bring it back in. It's a catchy chorus, though. They always do their good choruses. go, boys. Where we going? Getting hard? Getting heavy? Hit me! Ooh! Almost kind of like a new metal-y sort of tone down. Oh, I forgot he played bass too. I'm just used to him singing. Ooh, an alternative ending. Ooh, we got little distorted screams there at the end. Okay, kind of wish they did that a little bit more though. I kind of wish they, if you have a song named titled Scream, why not have some more screams in there? Why not have some more, high-end screams, some mid to screams in there, or maybe some little low action in there, just to make it a little bit heavier, because from what I saw, like I said, they're entering this new heavier thing. That wasn't really too heavy for me, in my opinion, but maybe it's heavy for them. Maybe this, like, it's the newer sort of sound, newer sort of tonage. I don't know, but to me, it just sounds very familiar from what I remember, because like their Monster track, the most iconic probably single, from back in the day, that one hit heavy pretty well as well, so it was just like from mostly on the guitar sort of things, on the rhythm sort of things, but either way, very simple, just a little bit more modernized, I would say. But my guy here, still has those iconic singing voice, so iconic vocal tone to him with his like sort of raspiness sort of tone that he has in there. So it's very an iconic Skillets. So you definitely know it's a Skillet song when you hear this guy here singing on there, let me just say. But he still got it after all these years. They still got it after all these years. I thought they had a little bit more band members from what I remember. I thought I remember them from back in the day having more members than just 4. I don't know, maybe they just had some lineup changes, maybe some people left the band, something like that. Things happen over the past couple years, but I don't remember if they always been 4, I'm not too sure, but thought they had more on the lineup, but nothing really too crazy on this one. It still has that classic hard rock feel, maybe with a little bit of heavier tonage on like the guitar sort of thing, but nothing too crazy. Still has that sort of punky-esque sort of chorus to it, like they always do in all their like most popular songs. So no complaints there. It's very catchy, very easy to sing along to as well when you just want some good radio friendly, so like hard rock stuff to listen to. I could definitely see that you guys can be a fan of them. But either way, first when I was seeing something about that heavy, I was just hoping for something a little bit more heavy, maybe a little bit sort of like a breakdown in here. So we kind of got like this weird sort of new metal-ish-esque sort of tone, guitar rhythm sort of thing that they were doing with him doing like these sort of like spitting verses in the background of that chord of thing, which I kind of wish they lengthened a little bit more just to make it sound a little bit different, because I don't think I've heard them do that sort of thing before, so that was kind of new to me to listen to. I don't know if they've done it on previous tracks or whatnot, but either way, just making that section a little bit more and like a little bit heavier in my opinion. Maybe add some background screams into that sort of section, because that is like sort of the heaviest part of a metal song, or hard rock song rather. So maybe just add a little bit more in the vocal layers just to make that sort of section pop a little bit more. Because if you have a song on scream, man, you guys, why not add some more screams, like I said? So get that aggression out, get that anger out, or whatever the song's about. But I don't know if these guys are gearing up for something new in the near future. Like I said, I haven't heard these guys for over 10 plus years from back in the day with those 2 albums, so I'm probably missing out on a lot of stuff. I'm probably missing out on a lot of albums that I've never heard before. So if they have other popular tracks or any other good ones that I may have missed from other prior to those 2 albums or after those 2 albums, be sure to let me know, and I might have to check those ones out for you guys as well, because it did bring me back, it did bring back some nostalgic memories, listening to those guys when I first discovered those guys. I kind of don't remember how I first came across these guys. I'm sure it was like on like iTunes or something when I was just like checking out new music to listen to or something like that. But either way, I fell in love with these guys from back in the day, and just like, I don't know, I've just been on off of them ever since. So if they are coming out with some new stuff, they are gearing up for a new album, I have to check that out for you guys. Bring back the nostalgic train. I might have to hop on that and go back and check out to what all these songs I used to love from back in the day, and we're just gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to hit the subscribe button, especially new here, because we're gonna go through every single bang on the channel, and generally you don't miss out on a single one. Guarantee that, and I'll see you guys the next one.